Joining us live from London now. Julian, thank you so much for joining us. It is so nice to see you. How are you and how is life going so far in London?
I'm fine. We are very well here with a big sun here, enjoying the weather, sorry. Okay, we're ready to answer you. Yeah?
Wow. Well, I can't believe that the sun is shining in London. That's something that doesn't often happen, even when it is the summertime. You will have plenty of sun soon, though, because you're taking the team to Tampa for pre-season. Are you looking forward to coming stateside to carry on before the season begins?
Yes. We are ready to start in Wednesday here, working after we go to Austria. And after 10 days, we are going to be ready to go to USA, to continue to follow our preparation for the next season. And as you know, of course, this time is key for us, so we are trying to take advantage of all this time in the best condition and to be able to put the team in the best way.
Julian, tell me when the opportunity arose for you to become West Ham manager. What made you attracted to want to become West Ham manager?
Because I think that it's a fantastic club. For me, it's the London club. We have a very good platform about the players to try to improve and to make one other step. I think that it's a very potential club, big potential club in all the terms. I think that we have the best fans that I can have as a coach. I think that we have a fantastic environment in our stadium. We are the higher attendance in one of the higher attendance in Europe with 62,500 persons capacity. So I think that, and of course that because I think that we have a good players, looking forward to have the best squad possible in the next season to be able to make a big noise in the Premier League. That is our aim, and this is that we want for the next season, of course.
Now, Julian, I know how passionate West Ham fans are about their club and the community. What do you want the fans to know about you?
No, I think there is no time to promise things. It's time to work to show a big respect for the history and the demanding in the club. That is a big history, a big demanding. So we have to be able to be part of. We are very happy to be part of this club, but we want to be part of the history of this club. That's why we have to work very hard from the first day and to be able to put in the mind of the players and why not of the rest of the workers into the club. With the big demanding to increase our performance, to have success, and to be able to make the history here. That is where about our aim and our ambition.
Mister, felicidades. I like the mentality that you bring to West Ham. You've been in the Premier League before. What did you learn from your year at Wolves that you can bring to West Ham?
I think that it has been very important time to understand and to learn about the Premier League, because of course we are agreed that it's the best competition around the world, undoubtedly, but in the same way it's one competition that you have to know about the different details that make the difference in the end with other leagues. So all this time to learn and all this experience is good for us. Going to help us to know better our demandings, our things to do in the next season, of course. But in the end, we are going to manage one dressing room, one team, 25 players, trying to put one agreement between us that how is the best way to achieve a lot of wins, because the football is about this, it's about to achieve wins and to become a winner team. It's not easy, of course, but this is our main aim, undoubtedly.
Coach, I think you'll really like the USA, especially how passionate the West Ham fans out here are. Actually, I was just at a wedding this weekend where the groom wore a West Ham tie. That's how big of a fan he is. But my question is more for you and the title that you have now. You're actually head coach and not manager. Obviously, this is a way that a lot of clubs are starting to go, where the person they hire to bring in as a head coach focuses on what's happening on the pitch, and then there's a committee that makes decisions on players and other things of that sort. Do you like this? Is this the way, this something that you think will make your job a little bit easier as far as focusing mainly on the pitch? Or do you hope, like when Mikel Arteta was hired, he came in as a head coach and eventually became manager? Is that what you're hoping to do?
Okay, I am very happy to be a coach, a head coach, because it's very hard work, and it's enough important because I spend all my time trying to improve my team, my players in the pitch, in the daily work. That's why I think that, but it's not mean that I am not thinking about how I can help the club and the team in the different areas, in the different departments. I think, of course, I am involved every day with all the club, around all the departments, but in the same way, we are talking about the new signings. We have one sport director. We are working together, one shoulder with shoulder, trying to put the best things, the best players as soon as possible in our squad. But each one knowing his responsibility. For me, this is important because I repeat, we have to spend a lot of times to improve our players, our team, to translate them, our knowledge, our way to play, our way to work, our mentality inside the, and this is not about one day, 1 week, 1 month. It's about a lot of work. That's why I am very happy to have a good team around the club with the department of the scouting, of the sport director department, and of the rest of the departments. Of course, I am the head coach. I am involved in all the areas, but my responsibility is to try to win matches. It's a big responsibility, believe me.
Very much so.
Julian Alvarez, a player that's impressed me in his time at West Ham and seems to have got better as a centre midfielder. How important is he going to be to you and your style and identity that you want to play this season for West Ham?
Ederson, yeah. Was a pity. His injury, he has been a bad news for us, of course, because for me he's a key player, because I think that he's in the best moment in his career, and I was thinking that the next year, and I continue thinking that, of course, because he's going to be out for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, hopefully less, but of course it's not a good news. But for me, for us, he's an important player. I think that he's very balanced player. About his technical skill and his physical skills, I think that he's one kind of player that I love, because he's very involved in all the process of the play, with and without ball. And he's a passionate player. Sometimes so much we have to balance this passion. But I think that he's going to be in the next year, he's going to be a key player for us, undoubtedly. So trying to recover him as soon as possible, but of course after to take advantage of his quality.
Mister, who else is going to be very important in the makeup and the look of your squad for next season?
¿Quién más que ser importante?
The team. Well, we can talk about the individual players, but believe me that is not, and it's true this, that we can talk about the individual play, but without collective team, it's impossible that the players they are going to highlight. Always when you get or you achieve to have a good team, when I talk good team is to work and to think about the collective, because football is about the collective. We know with football, all of the individual players, they are going to become winners and better players. That's why I believe a lot in the collective works. After all the individual quality to put off service of our collective idea. For me, this is key, is important, and we are going to try to convince all the players that we are going to work around one idea.
Julian, we talk a lot about managers and coaches and their identity and style they want to play. Would you say you're a manager that wants to play attacking, free-flowing football, or would you say you're a manager that's more able to adapt to different situations?
For me, it's very important. This answer, for me, is very easy, but in the same way, it's not easy to explain. If you ask me what I want as a coach, my answer is very clear. I want all. I want to achieve all. I never am going to achieve. Why all? Because you always can become better every day. You can attack better. You can defend better. You have all the matches. Of course, we are going to try to have our personality. You ask me about this because I believe a lot. To try to be main actor, we are going to want to have the ball, but sometimes we are not going to be able to be main actors. In this time, we have to know how is going to be our answer. That's why sometimes one counter-attack is the best solution that you can have, and sometimes not because you don't have spaces. It's about this, to understand what's happened in the matches, in a lot of mini matches that you have in one match, and to be able to have a good answer as a team. For me, is very important. But, of course, we want to have the ball. We want to be able to attack well, to attack a lot. But in a lot of moments in the pitch, you have in the match, you have to defend too, and you have to choose how you want to defend. Sometimes making high press, and sometimes staying in the mid block. Depend of the moment of the match.
Mikel Arteta, Unai Emery, Andoni Iraola, and now Julen Lopetegui. Why are players or folks from the Basque region making such successful managers in the Premier League? What is it about that region?
It's the wine.
They make me a lot of time this question, but I don't have one answer. Maybe for the food, it's fantastic food in Basque country. I don't know. No, I don't have one clear reason to say for this or for this. I don't know. Maybe we are kind of person normally in general that with a big discipline. I don't know, but I don't have one answer about this very clear. Maybe you are going to help me to have an answer. I don't know. I don't have.
It's the pinchos.
Yeah,
It's the wine.
For sure, the pinchos.
Yeah.
For sure.
Julen, best of luck this season. Thanks so much for joining us. We're all looking forward to the new season getting underway. It's going to be special for you, isn't it, at London Stadium against Aston Villa with all the bubbles around you on match day 1.
Oh, my 12 clubs.
Thank you.